Okay, welcome to another video. I am currently sat in the car waiting to go out. It's about 1:45 in the morning and I'm going to be going somewhere really special. This location I'm going to be going to tonight, or this morning should I say, is a really special location. I've never even been before. In fact, I was really close not too long ago. We went to a place nearby and I couldn't get to this place because it was cut off by snow. It's quite high up in Yorkshire, West Yorkshire. It's a place called Malham, and the particular location I'm going to, hopefully, if I can find it, I think I will. I've done my research, and it's the Lone Tree at Malham. It's quite isolated. It's going to take me about an hour and 15 minutes to get there. I'm quite confident I can get there, and I'm hopefully going to be shooting it under the stars. It's going to be nice and clear. It's nice and clear now. I'm in Blackpool at the moment and it's really clear everywhere. The forecast is for it to be clear, so I'm going to be there from about, say, 2 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and I'm going to attempt to see if I can get the Milky Way over the tree. Maybe shoot it with the moonlight. The moon's still out at the moment. Maybe just catch the moon as well, moonlight on it as well. So it's going to be quite special if it all works out. So I'm now going to set off for Malham and let's see how I do with that.
Your attention, please.
Okay, I've just made it. Not too bad for time. In fact, I actually just shot past the place where I was supposed to park and ended up going down a gravel track, and I had to turn round, which was a bit of a pain. That's the trouble when you come to these places at night and have not been before. So anyway, I'm now parked up. I know where I am now, according to the map. So I can't see the tree, but I know it's there, not too far from where I'm parked. It's in the field there, and I'm going to get out and set up in just a minute. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you a picture of the tree taken during the day, just to give you an idea, and you'll see that this tree is situated on its own. No other trees anywhere around it. It's fairly high up, it's on a height, and it's got these amazing like limestone rocks underneath coming up out of the ground, and they're going to be a really excellent foreground. As you can see from the photograph, they make an excellent foreground, and I'm going to try and see if I can use those in my photograph as well, in my astro photograph. So I'm going to head out there now and into the darkness, and hopefully I won't be scared, because I think I'm all alone here. I don't think there's anybody else out here, so let's see what I can do. Right, okay, I've made it. Wasn't too far to walk from the road, but these rocks are quite treacherous, so I have to be quite careful. So these are the rocks I was talking about, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but the tree is right there ahead. I don't know if my torch is strong enough, but anyway, I'm here, and wow, it's amazing. The stars are out. The moon's out, which is good, because I want to see if I can get the moon to light up these rocks. And I'm now just going to set up now and try and take some shots and see what I can get. So let's do that then. So here we are. I hope you can just about make out the tree. I can see it easily, but it's quite difficult to pick up on the video. But look at these rocks. Amazing. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just trying some test shots, because what I want to do is try and get the Milky Way over the tree. I know the moon's out, but in a way I kind of want the moon to be out, because I want to be able to pick up, I should be able to pick up some of the Milky Way and hopefully get a panorama, and the moon will go some way to lighten up the subject and some of these rocks. But that's the idea anyway, so I'm going to have a look and see what I've done so far. Okay, so this is a test shot I've done, and you can actually see up here across the top of the tree, you can actually pick out the Milky Way, and we've got some of the foreground kind of lit up as well. This shot here was captured ISO 1600 for 15 seconds f2.8, 24mm. Now I've just changed to a wider lens now because I want to get more of the sky and put more of this in, and I'm going to try Panorama and let's see how I do with that then. Okay, so I've now just moved to a wider lens, a 14mm lens, and you might be able to see that I'm getting quite a lot more in. I'm getting a lot more of the sky in. I've tilted the camera up a bit to make sure that I get more of the sky in. I'm still using landscape mode. This is a 14mm lens, and I hope that you can get some idea of what I'm trying to do here with this photograph. You can just see the Milky Way just running across the top there. This is all light pollution from Yorkshire down on this right hand side, bottom right there. So it's not the darkest place to be. So anyway, I'm going to probably have a go at this Panorama now, and let's see how I do with that. Right, okay. I've just had to move from where I was before, because if you look, you can see they've got the Milky Way coming across here, across the top. But the problem is that where I was before, the high point of the Milky Way was slightly off to one side. Now I want this galaxy band, the plane of the galaxy, to be at its highest point right here above the tree, and it wasn't quite right before, and I had marked it as the star Deneb, which is in Cygnus. It's on the head of, or should I say the tail of Cygnus. I had that star as being the star that was at the highest point of where the plane would be above the tree. So settings ISO 3200 for this Panorama, shutter speed of 20 seconds, 14mm f2.8. So I think I've done quite well there. So just on this side over here, if you look this side, you'll see there's a lot of light pollution coming from that, coming from Yorkshire, Bradford and places like that. I'm not really sure all those places in Yorkshire. So I'm going to have to tone that down on the edit. So we'll see. So I'll keep shooting and I'll try some more shots. The moon's going down now, so the Milky Way is going to become more prominent. But the problem is that we're not going to see the foreground very well. So might need to think about lighting that up. So we'll see. Let's see how we go. Just another couple of things to point out. Because I'm doing panoramas, I want to make sure that the tripod is level, so that when I'm turning the camera from one side to the other, it's going to stay level throughout, and I'm not going to get a skewed horizon. So this bubble level here on the tripod helps me to keep the tripod level throughout the exposure. Oh, and something else as well, it's very cold out here, it's freezing, and there's a chance that your lens can get fogged up, so I've put my cap on top of the lens in between exposures just to try and protect it from the frost mainly, but in a lot of cases that could be dew. So there's my cap on there, and I've just moved because I want to make sure that the galactic plane is at its highest above the tree, so I just have to move again now. So I'm going to take another series of exposures and let's see how I do with these. Right, I've just come back to my bag, and if you can see, it's glistening there. Just goes to show how cold it is. Anyway, my camera stayed nice and frost free, which is good. I kept putting the cap on the lens just to make sure that it didn't steam up, because this is a 14 to 24 f2.8 and it is very susceptible to dewing up and fogging up and freezing because of the open element. It has a built-in lens hood, but you can see there that bulbous lens on the front is very susceptible to dew and frost. So anyway, that's a success. So now to probably get my head down for a little bit now and have a look and see what they got later on. Okay, so the sun's now up I've just been over to try to get some sunrise shots, and there's a little bit of colour there. It didn't quite explode like I was hoping for it, bonus anyway, because I think I did really well with the astro shots. So now it's time to have a look and see how I did.